Hey everyone, it's Hunted from Plat Pursuit. Today we're mixing it up in the world of RoboCop with a part first-person shooter, part detective sim known as RoboCop Rogue City. As always, this guide will bring you directly to the platinum in as little amount of time as possible, all while doing its best to remain spoiler-free. All you have to do is play along with me, and you'll be quickly on your way to adding another great plat to your collection. Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel for more high-quality, spoiler-free guides, and consider joining our Discord server. Come try out our state-of-the-art Discord bot for all your trophy tracking needs. Use the link in the description or go to discord.gg/platpursuit. It's RoboCop approved. A few things to remember before we go. First of all, there are no difficulty-related trophies, so feel free to play the game at whatever difficulty you'd like. Personally, I was playing on normal in the video clips for this guide. Number two, fortunately, there are no collectibles to worry about, nor are there any grindy or time-consuming trophies. The main challenge for getting the plat is just the number of missables, but we'll discuss each and every one as they come up. However, if you do miss something, you can always reload a previous checkpoint from the main menu later on. Other than that, there are a number of story trophies that will pop automatically as you play the game, so we won't be covering those here. And really, that's all you need to know. Let's go ahead and jump right on into the game. Alright, welcome to RoboCop Rogue City, and we are in mission number 1, and we can pretty much right off the jump, as soon as you see your first enemies, can get a trophy. You have to shoot the enemy in the crotch for a headshot, as they say in the game. And that will earn you the trophy. There you go. Zip this up. You can get this in, like I said, in the first mission. Okay, so we're actually still in the first mission here. We're in this Channel 9 headquarters area. Once you get a little bit further in the level, you'll actually come across a room with some computer monitors and things. You'll want to go ahead, I mean, you don't have to do this now. You'll have plenty of chance to do this throughout the game, but there is a trophy for killing an enemy with a throwable item, which you will essentially need to do this later to kill enemies with explosives, but if you want to get this trophy now, you can grab one of these. They're pretty easy to use. You just quite literally throw them at people. Use R1 to throw. We'll see if we can't get an enemy here. There's a bunch. And there you go. Take one down and you'll get a trophy. But again, you'll have other things that you need to do later with throwables and explosives. And I'll talk about that more when we get to a bit better of a section to do that. So, yeah, see you in the next part. All right, so eventually you'll find your way down into this gun range to do the calibration mission that they end up assigning to you, and you actually have 3 trophies that are related to this shooting range. You need to score 150, 200, and 250 points in order to get all 3 trophies. As you can see, I just did it for my first try here. I got 262. It's really not too difficult. Just make sure that, you know, obviously your aim is good, you prioritize targets properly, and fire from the hip sometimes when you have to. I'm going to splice in my footage, but I will say if you're having trouble, you can't seem to do it, you can always come back to this place later when you have an upgraded pistol and all, and you'll be able to do it much easier with that. So try it. If you can do it, that's fantastic. If not, then feel free to come back later.
Shouldn't be a problem to you. Unless you want to try to break the record. job. I'll let the eggheads know that you're good to go. See you in the briefing.
All right, so while you're exploring the downtown area, you're going to come across a couple of these situations where you can issue people tickets or warnings. You don't have to do all of the, you don't have to give out all tickets, but you need to do at least one for a trophy. So, like this guy, I'll show you on the map where I'm at, but this guy, I'm just going to issue him a ticket, and then we'll get the trophy.
Lesson for the future: to save yourself the trouble. Clean up on the double.
You can't do it. I was only messing. I could have just picked it all up.
Hey, you tell him, Robot Man!
What a fucking joke!
So there we go. Got the trophy, and this is where I'm at on the map. If you want to come over here and do this one, but yeah, there's a number of these around. Just give out one ticket, and you'll get the trophy. All right, so while you're out exploring, you'll have a side quest to do. It's one that we're on right now. You'll eventually find your way into this chop shop, and I actually forgot this was a trophy. I just picked it up, but there is a little chip in here in this office room. So once you're in the chop shop, you can look on the map. I've already cleared this place out, but you can enter this little office area, and there is a chip here for you to grab. So go ahead and do that, and then later on, I don't think we can do it now. Yeah, we don't have the circuit board, but later on we'll use these chips to upgrade our pistol, and that will also give us a trophy. So go ahead and grab that, and get your trophy. All right, so while you're exploring downtown for the first time, it's nighttime, by the way. You need to make sure you do this at night. This is the only time that you can do it. So it's pretty much right. The first time you explore downtown, we are in the very back left corner of this map right here. By the way, you can place waypoints to help you around if you want. But there is a secondary objective to do. You're going to approach these cops, or this cop, and go through a whole secondary quest. Once you finish that, you will get a trophy for it. So I'll just cut to myself finishing it to show you that. But yeah, make sure you come here at night to get this secondary objective, and you will get a trophy for your trouble. All right, so there we go. Case has been solved. It's a bit of a back and forth that you have to do, but once you figure it out, you'll get the trophy, and we can move on to the next bit. Sorry, real quick, while I was recording the next part you're about to see, I forgot to mention that I was continuing the primary objective for the downtown area. So continue the search for soot, head over to that area. It'll be an arcade, and then you will pop a trophy inside of the arcade. So sorry about that, I forgot to mention that during the recording. All right, now once you have gotten into the arcade and you've busted through into the basement, you've fought some enemies, and now you've breached into the final room and everything, cleared everything out. By the way, there is a safe here. If you didn't notice, the combination for the safe is right here on this little poster thing, so grab that if you want the extra stuff in there. And then from here, we have to find the secret area in this basement, and in order to do that, there is a button that is on this desk right here. It's on the side of the desk, kind of a little bit hidden, but go ahead and scan that, and then once you do, you'll be able to press it, and there you go. You'll get the trophy for it, and then you can explore the secret room as well. So feel free to do that, and I will see you in just a moment for our next trophy. Okay, so we've made it to the end of the soot objective, and we pretty much it's a bit of a long mission, especially with the whole downtown area. But once you get to the end, you watch some cutscenes. You're gonna get to these evaluations. We've already done one actually, so you may already have this trophy. But if not, you need to get an A rank in these evaluations. I'm about 99% sure I've gotten an A rank here, so I'll go ahead and show you the trophy popping. But you can see what you need to do. You need to obviously complete the main objective. Make sure you do as many secondary objectives as possible. If you don't know where the secondary objectives are, you can always open the menu and scroll over to the secondary objectives. It will show you what you need to do, including like finding. I guess my big recommendation is just search everything. That's what I do in this game. Is I just search every nook and cranny. I try to find as many things as possible. That gives you the best rank when it comes to the end, as well as completing any secondary objectives. But yeah, so we'll go ahead, push forward. You know, you can see the investigations. Unfortunately, I did miss one of the investigation things, but you know, try to search everything, try to find everything. The police work is also one of these categories. Again, just talking to everybody, going through every individual situation and things like that. And there you go. We can see I got an A, and I wasn't even perfect. So you don't have to be perfect to get a perfect score or to get an A. But as long as you try to explore as much as possible, you should be able to earn this pretty easily. And you may have already gotten this trophy, like I said, a little bit earlier on. All right, and then pretty much immediately after you come out of that cutscene and where we just were, you're going to head over to this guy. He's going to give you this PCB. And then all you need to do for a trophy is to open it up. Grab that real quick. Open up the inventory, or it'll open, I guess, for you.
I know that OCP can be a real pain in the ass.
All right, so now once you open up the Auto 9 in your inventory, you should have already gotten a number of these different chips. There's even you get them by opening those big cases, the big black OCP cases. I think there's already like 3 or 4 that you can find. There's one on the path as you're following Soot in the last area, so you should have grabbed that, I'm assuming. But you'll just want to come in here, and you'll want to equip one of these. So it really doesn't matter which one you pick. Go ahead. Whoops, that's not one that I want to do. What do I want to do? Let's see. This is also pretty cool. Just like the whole upgrading the weapon is really cool, because you have sort of a different, like, you know, you can do these T shapes, right, where it you know, you can pick the paths where you want it to go, and you can try to avoid the reds while gaining the greens and opening all the other paths. I think I'm going to do an Omni one here because I don't have any good T shapes. But as soon as you put one in, you will go ahead and get that trophy, and feel free to upgrade your weapons. And I'll try to make mention of where the best one of these chips is. It's a little bit later in the game. I will do my best to make mention of it in the guide, even though it's not really for a trophy, but it does help to have it. It makes the weapon very, very good. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. Have fun with this. I think this is one of the coolest parts of the game, being able to upgrade your weapon like this. And we will move on to the next level. All right, so real quick, just a reminder to put in 3 skill points into engineering, probably either before or during the level that we're heading into next. You're going to need that. Well, technically, you don't need it. You can find an operator's manual to move the train, essentially, that we have to move to find a secret area. But without finding the operator's manual, if you have 3 engineering, you can move the train on your own. So whatever you prefer. If you want to do that now, you can certainly do that. If you want to keep going into deduction, feel free to do that as well. Actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to max out my deduction so we can get even more experience points. And we're also going to pop a trophy as well. So I'll show you that. All we have to do is back out here, save skills, and there you go. You get practice makes perfect. And yeah, once you hit max level deduction, you're going to be getting so much more experience from everything, again, because it shows you here. It says gain 30% more experience points with enhanced learning. So then you just have so much more that you can fill out this board. So it is worth doing as quickly as possible, like I said. But yep, ultimately it is up to you. So I will see you in the next level. I'll show you where the operator's manual is. So just in case you don't have enough engineering, but if you do, then you won't even have to worry about it. Alright, so when you're in this next level, pretty much the first enemies you're going to come across are these fast movers. They're just guys on the bike. What you need to do for a trophy is you need to destroy one of their bikes while they're moving. It's not too terribly difficult. It's just going to take a few shots. You got to really try to get some good shots in, but as soon as it explodes, you should have the trophy. Almost. There we go. All right. So give it a couple tries. Once you do that, then you'll have the trophy, and we'll continue on to the next one. All right. Here we are moving through the Street Vulture's turf. Here is a pretty big overview of the map. I've cleared like most of this area. I just wanted to make mention. If you explore as much as I do, you're going to find this ladder, and this ladder is not going to make any sense to you, and you're going to be like, what? It looks like this ladder's glitched. I can't get the ladder down. So this ladder actually comes from the secret area that we're going to get the trophy. So you cannot get this ladder from here. You have to go pretty much all the way around, activate the train, get up in the area, and then this ladder will sort of connect the two sections, the section you're in and that upper ledge area. So don't worry about this ladder. I'll show you how to get that activated in just a moment. All right, now that we are in a brand new section, if you take a look on the map. Actually, this is not a good picture. Let me back up. Sorry, I didn't realize the map was gonna look like that. We're in the section with the mines. So when you'll open a gate and there will be mines immediately. So you can see we're pretty far north. You would come through this gate, and there's a bunch of mines here that you have to take out. There are two secondary objectives. There's this one in the top right, then there's this one in the middle left area. Then obviously the main objective is up there. But what we're going to do is, before we even start the secondary objective here for unwanted goods, we're going to grab that trophy. And the first things first, now if you don't have 3 engineering, then you're going to want to come here first. If you do, you can skip this if you want, or you can come down here, whatever. But you'll want to head downstairs. So again, let me just show you on the map for completion's sake. So I'm in this building. You can get here pretty simply. This right here, this ladder is the train that we're getting ready to move. So you're going to come through this gate, wind around here, come to this building, and then there's going to be stairs downwards. You can also go upstairs. There's some stuff up there, but really what we care about is downstairs, down here. You're going to run to this section now. There's a machine gun right here. I just grabbed the machine gun. And then you're going to turn right, and this is where the secondary objective starts. Before that, turn to the left, head over to this side, and then in this room is this operator's manual, train operator's handbook. Go ahead and scan that. And now it'll tell you how to turn the locomotive on if you don't have enough engineering to do it yourself. So we'll go back out. We'll head to the train. And I think you should probably do this before you continue this area, just because the PCB that you get from it is super good for right now. And you'll definitely want to use it and equip it and, make the most of it. So here is the train again on the map. We're right here. There's the ladder. You don't need to climb up the ladder right now. Or do you? I can't remember. I can't remember how we start the train, actually. Oh, yeah, it's over here. So right here, you'll hit start the engine, and you'll just quite literally follow the train. Do you run faster? I don't know. I have dash. I can dash, fortunately. I don't really think there's too much stuff in this building. There's the tunnels, if you haven't been in the tunnels yet. There's a side quest in there that you may or may not want to do, depending on if you want an A rank here or not. But yeah, you can go do that side quest. There's also some chests in there too, but all right, so now you're gonna head over to the train. Now you're gonna climb up the ladder, and this will lead you into this area, and you can grab this chest and this PCB that's inside of it. Grab the trophy. Again, I would make sure that you eventually do equip said trophy. And now that we're in this building, you can also, explore the building to your heart's content. But just to kind of come full circle in everything that I told you, you can head up to these stairs into the top here, and this is where you drop this ladder. So now, you do have kind of like a shortcut between the areas. You're gonna come this way later in the level anyway as you're exiting. So you'll drop down the ladder, but if for some reason you forgot something here and you need to go back to this area, you can just climb up this way instead of having to run, around and do all the dumb other stuff. But yeah, okay. So there you go. That is the trophy. The next trophy that we get isn't for quite a while. It's a little ways ahead, so I will see you when we get there. All right, so I'm going to do something that I don't normally do in my guides. On screen right now, I don't know if you can tell, but my frame rate really dropped through this section. It's pretty much the final section as you are heading back from your pursuit of Spike. And you're running back through the area that you've already explored, and you are now face to face with your first taste of these sniper enemies. For some reason, the frame rate really drops off here, and it becomes almost impossible to aim. I don't know if you can tell, but I am struggling mightily with the aim. It feels like it's on like a full second delay, and it doesn't move nearly as fluidly. And yeah, it's just a huge pain. This is gonna sound really weird. I know that this sucks, but I implore you to continue through it. This is the only section of the game where I had this happen to me. It's a relatively short section. You just need to kill the snipers and keep moving. And once you finally do get through it, you can restart your game and the frame rate will go back to normal and the rest of the game plays perfectly fine. I didn't run into this anywhere else in the game, and I'm telling you, the rest of the game, in my opinion, is worth it to continue playing, even though you have to slog through this part. It sucks. I wish this part didn't exist, but keep going. I promise it gets better. Okay, so I have to pause real quick just so I can explain what is happening here. So this is quite a bit into the story from where we left off. Now, you're going to go through quite a lot. Let me see if I can't. Yeah, okay, so you're going to find yourself an old factory, and there is a twist that just got revealed. I am going to spoil it, so, if you haven't gotten to this point, wait till you get to the old factory. You'll see what the twist is, and then you can unpause the video or whatever. Just a heads up, I am spoiling it in about 5 seconds. So anyway, you're going to find yourself in this old factory, and you have the objective of Shady meeting. And now it's revealed that Becker has made these bots to replace RoboCop. And what you need to do for a trophy is you have to kill every bot in this encounter in under 10 minutes. And you have quite a bit of time. It's really not hard. You'll know once you've killed all the bots by the objective changing. It'll change to, I think it's something like confront Becker. I believe it's whatever. You'll see it change. If you don't get the trophy when it changes, you can reload the level and try again. So don't worry, you can definitely try as many times as you want. But additionally, there's also, this is the perfect place to get another trophy that has to do with combat in killing 3 enemies with 1 explosive. So these bots are all going to come out of the same area. They're all going to kind of come out of these doors, and sometimes they'll come out of other places, but they're going to come out of these areas, and they're going to be grouped up quite a bit. There's a bunch of exploding barrels and explosives and all. Try, as they're coming out, grab a barrel before the door opens, and then chuck it in there, and you should be able to get it pretty easily. I'll show it on screen, me getting it. I don't know if I'm going to show me doing this in under 10 minutes. I might just cut to the end of me getting the trophy, but yeah, so up to this point, you should be pretty well versed in how this game works. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then after you're done with this section, we have another little bit of distance before the final 2 trophies, other than, of course, the story trophy. All right, so there we go. We got both of the trophies in that time. It's a pretty chaotic fight, but as long as you're walking around, making sure that you pick up things that you need, you know, you can grab these machine guns. I just use the pistol. The pistol's really good at this point if you've been upgrading it. But yeah, I mean, the fight's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Just shoot the bots, use the explosives, try to get all three or both of the trophies, and then we will move forward. I'll see you in the next section in just a little while. All right, so after you do that, and then you have a quick little cutscene, you'll wind up back in the police headquarters. I will recommend now, I'll show you my skills. If you've been playing, you know, pretty much just going through the game, doing everything that you kind of can, you should have a ton of skill points. That's why I said you should put everything into deduction first, because you will eventually get pretty much all that you're ever going to want here. But I will say, make sure at this point, I would say if you haven't done it yet, use the remaining skill points that you have right now to get engineering up to level 6. That is crucial for a trophy. We have to hack a turret, and the turrets are upcoming in this sort of next section. Alright, so I said I would show you a good spot to find a really good PCB. It's the first of the 5 series PCBs that you can find in the game. Eventually you're going to make your way to the OCP correctional facility, and you'll start kind of down this way, and you'll have to make your way. We're in cell block B. If you look, there should say, yeah, it says block B right here. So what you'll want to do once you're into cell block B, before you'll have to head up top, and then the enemies will smoke this area out. And then once you come back through the smoke and you're back in here, before you continue to the objective, turn left and head up the stairs here, and then up here is where you'll find this PCB. And obviously you can grab some repair charges, but this PCB, like I said, is the first of the 5 series that you can find. There's three 5 series ones, but I think this one's just the easiest, and it's also just really good. I mean, it's probably the best one in the game, I would say. I guess you can debate that if you want, but either way, grab this as you're making your way through. It should carry you to the end of the game. You should have no problems with the pistol from here, and then we will go on to the next area. All right, so a little while after the prison, you'll have another downtown section, and then you'll come into this motel to meet with Dr. Blanche. As you are making your way out of the motel, things are going to be on fire, but we can earn a trophy, so you're going to follow the path for quite a while. Like, you'll fight a bunch of enemies as you're leaving the building, but you're going to come up to this point where they will have some dialogue.
Fire is blocking the way.
And then immediately the objective will change to find another way out. While you're here, you'll hear a cat meowing, and you have to let the cat out of this door here to earn a trophy for saving the cat. All right, there's one more miscellaneous trophy that we need to grab before we get all of them, and then it's just getting to the end of the story. All right, here we are. We're introduced to the turret. So this thing is a little bit of a pain, but don't forget we do need to hack it. Make sure you don't kill it. You can see the kind of the wires that that go from it here. It will turn and like continue to shoot you, so you can't really sneak around it. Just be aware of that. So what we're gonna do, if you take a look on the map here, we kind of have to rush around behind it. There's no like connecting area here, unfortunately. There's also a chest back here if you want that too, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate my armor, and then I'm just gonna dash and try to get around it, and then you'll be able to hack it on the other side. So here we go. So you take a good chunk of damage, but assuming you have the proper upgrades and things, you should be able to make decent work of it, and you will get your final miscellaneous trophy. So you don't have to hack any more turrets. You can shoot them if you want, but I mean, of course, feel free to hack them. But that is it with any of the missable trophies. That's really it with the guide. All you have to do now is there's still a good bit of story left, so continue to play through the game. But yeah, I will see you for my plat popping, and then we'll say goodbye.
Until next time.
All right, there we have it. The platinum has been secured. I hope you've enjoyed the game as much as I have. This is definitely one of those, I think, hidden gem kind of games. Hopefully the guide was useful and you got what you needed out of it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a comment as well. Let me know what you thought of the guide. And, of course, do check out our Discord server, discord.gg/PlatPursuit. But until next time, I have been Hunted. Again, I hope you have enjoyed the guide, and I will see you in our next video.